Good morning, everybody. I'm Henry Lee. This is my first experiment of live calligraphy practice live. In my online class, since it's a experiment, so I broadcast worldwide. Just let you know this is now part of my online class. If you have signed up before, it was pre-recorded, right? But now I try to conduct more live class, so you can ask questions and follow me live over the internet. If you need, we can also do private lessons, so I can also see your working area and give you personal help. As a demo, I'm going to show you how I practice my calligraphy. This copybook was passed down from my grandfather. I never met, actually. He left mainland China to Taiwan before the takeover by the communists in 1949, and he left some treasured items, including this calligraphy copybook, to a friend in Shanghai, and my father did not receive it until near the end of Cultural Revolution. So I was in teenage at that time. It was so rare at the moment. There was no such publication in bookstores, and even today I cannot find this particular calligraphy copybook. If someone in internet know, please let me know. I don't know who's the author of this calligraphy, but the content of the writing is supposedly by Wang Xizhi, the greatest Chinese calligrapher. But this particular this style, it looks like a Yan Zhenqing, or the early Tang master, the Yan style, but not by Yan Zhenqing himself. I really love this piece, and I studied when I was in high school. Recently, 2 years ago, my father passed away, so this is one of the early, the only heritage I received. I give all the others to my brother in China, but I didn't take this away from China. I think the custom may stop me, so I made a copy of this and brought back to the States. So I have resumed this routine practice. Okay, we got 4 people watching. That's great. I don't think my students are watching, but if you missed it, I will put this on the internet, so you can watch the recording. If you are watching this on YouTube right now, you can ask questions. So the brush I'm going to use is a combination brush. This is the rabbit combination brush made by my friend Xu Laoshan. You can get this in Blue Heron Arts web online store. Okay, let me see if I can lower this camera a little bit. Bear with me if it got busy. Okay, so I have this paper cut about the size of this copybook, and you put side on side. And I have a grid underneath it. It's probably too big, but just give me some idea of the orientation or the some guidelines. You can also fold the paper like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can do this when you do calligraphy, like the print script. You always fold the paper out, or draw the grids. So this is how we could do it. Just folded the paper. That's my easy way. So you have 1, 2, 3. It's about the number of this page. Okay. The ink I'm going to use is bottled ink. You could grind the ink, but I have some leftover ink. Actually, I use a little bit chipping, chipped ink chips, you may call it. It's from the convenient ink cake. They have this kind of loose chips in the box. So when we ship, we just clean it. So I collect this kind of. I don't think you can see it. So anyway, it's the convenient ink cake chip. I got some water in it and soak it, and I also put some bottled ink. In calligraphy, you need quite a bit of ink, but you don't want to make the inkstone too full. So I can add it when I need. I do use a palette, kind of. I just use the lid of this inkstone as my palette to adjust the brush. This is very important. You can use a saucer plate. This is we do it. First of all, you need to dry the brush heel on the edge of the stone, like so. You can use a paper towel maybe, because I just soaked it in water, so it's water in there. So if you load the ink, you will not get the pure ink. In calligraphy, we need to use pure ink. So I make sure that the heel of the brush is all loaded with ink. No need for gradation in calligraphy, unlike painting. I like the particles, or the kind of like in the dried ink. It makes some pastel effect in my stroke and shows the stroke better. So I always use a little, leftover ink, maybe some dried ink on the edge of the stone. Give me some overnight ink. This stone I use for calligraphy only, so it has leftover ink in it. In painting, you might want to clean the ink stone every time after you use. So I usually put my copybook in front of me, like so you won't see that. And let me just put it in the video so you can watch what I'm copying. This on side. And you need a paper weight. Okay, I use paper weight. stretch the paper. It's just like you do the painting. See if we can move the ink this way. I'll try to arrange my table so you can see everything. Is that better? Okay. Okay. It's very important to sit correctly. You're supposed to sit on the edge of the chair. Don't use a soft chair. You know, I'm sitting on a wood chair on the edge, and put your feet leveled on the floor. Don't cross your legs. I see many students doing that in my workshop. And your torso should be straight. Your back should be straight up. You hold the brush according to the size of the characters. So you can hold higher and lower, depends on this circle you can draw. If you hold lower, you can do it about inch. If you hold higher, you can do about 2 inch or 3 inch, depends on the size you're writing. So I hold about 1.5 inch from the bottom of the handle, maybe. I can adjust it if needed. Let me turn on the light. Okay, before we go on, let me show you again how to adjust the brush. I don't think you can see that on the black. Let me use a white thing. Well, I don't have a flat, so I just use my color palette. I want to show you how this is supposed to work. You should have a larger area, so you kind of rotate the brush left and right, and while you pouring straight, and you can get the extra moisture out on the edge of the palette, like that. So the hair should be straight, no twisting, not twisted, okay? I'll just do this on the back of the inkstone. You may not see it, but I would always adjust my brush. Right. So this chapter 1 is about copying. You can rest your wrist on the table or just put your left hand under your wrist. You have to memorize the whole character. Well, in the beginning, you may not do that, but it's not supposed to watch, to look at the copybook after every stroke. But in the beginning, it's okay. At least you don't want to look at in the stroke, during the stroke. You can use the left eye, maybe watch the copybook while you just keep an eye on the copybook, maybe. I feel like Tai Chi, just like you go like a circle. In the beginning, if you go down, you go up first and do a circle kind of. and adjust the direction. Like, if not enough, you can always go back. This paper is Mulberry number 4, unbleached. It's not that smearing that's good for calligraphy. It's a semi-absorbent. A dot, and then turn. Turns back, kick. This first character means um, to create, creation, 创. The next character, 零, means to copy. So to create and with copy. To start, actually, to start with copy. To initiate, to start with copy. That's how you learn calligraphy, and it's also the way to learn painting. Notice the continuity between the strokes. Even this is a standard, just print, there's still a continuity, just like a writing style or cursive style. To start with copy. The third character means chapter. Chapter 1. 第一, the first. I just write under it. Well, let me just follow the original. Let me see. Actually, yeah, I can just write under this. It's almost like Rennie's walking style. It's all connected. That's why I like this a lot. It shows the continuity in the standard style calligraphy. it's quite slow, right? You could write faster um, when you're more. Okay, I I got a call. It could be an edge. We got lots of spam calls. I got an answering machine, so I don't have to answer. You can leave a message when you call to order something from blueheronarts.com. We'll always return your call. So it's very important to create by copy. So this is the title of the first chapter. This is a calligraphy copybook. It's also an essay on a theory on the art of calligraphy. This character, full, is like English, the paper is this character Zhen means battlefield or yeah, I think like that, something like that. Paper is like a battlefield. Some as a metaphor for what calligraphy is, like a battle. My challenge to write this part, like letter B, right? This is, we call it the ear radical. This is like the end of sentence, a statement sentence, like a Japanese death, in Chinese, yeah, is yes. The paper. In Japanese, we'll say paper wa. The battlefield is, the paper is like a battlefield. Brush. The brush this means Tao Knife. It's like a weapon, like a knife and a spear. Your weapon. This character to end the sentence, second sentence. Yeah. Okay, I have a little bit different format because I started the first page in one line. So better keep the same format, I think, next time. Let me see if you have any questions. Okay, this is just my first test. If you like it, just let me know. I will do this in my online class. We have a class at the website called ChineseBrushPainting.ning.com, and we have a classroom dedicated, virtual class dedicated to Chinese calligraphy, hosted by my wife, Victoria. She will also be available online to give you personal training video if you need. I will post the links in the video description. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow morning. I live in California, so it will be Pacific time between 8:30 and 9 maybe. You have a great week. Thank everybody for watching.